morning. We're along the Columbia River here, just north of Castlegar. Setting up my cameras. And if I don't get a video in now, we're not going to get one in for Friday, so I got to get it in. Got to get it in. Well, that looks very stormy. Very, very stormy. Put you guys up here. Keep you on the low mount over here because the load, oh yeah, not forget the safety tether, because the load's too tall to put my extended mount up here, so it'll be the short one. Good enough for now. Yeah, there's some dark clouds up there, really dark clouds. Now I gotta jump down. Perfectly safe. 3-point contact. I'm good. Okay. So we did get the truck fixed, but it took them a day and a half. Hammer down. Let's turn on some lights. You always got to measure how tall the load is and which mount I can use on top of the load. I'm rushing because I want to try to make it home tonight. So I shot the bonus video already that you guys saw. Well, you guys always see the bonus video before. They're out of order. The bonus videos are always out of order. But you already saw the bonus video that I shot yesterday for driving from Penticton to Soyuz for those that are members. And then, what was it? Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon we ended up going into the shop, and they got me to pull. After I parked, I went inside and talked to them, and they got me to pull straight into a bay. Got to talk to the technician himself that's going to be working on it. Spent the evening on Tuesday working on it. Couldn't get it all the way fixed, so Wednesday morning they were still working on it, and then they're like, we're just putting it back together and then it should be good to go, but we got to do a test after that. So when they did the test, still problem. So they didn't fix the right thing. Do I hammer down? Like how much room does he have and how fast is he going? Beautiful bridge over, oh, not the Columbia River, that's the Kootenai River. We were following the Kootenai River. Some of you guys are yelling at me. The Columbia River is off on my right hand side. Kootenai River. My bad. What they did was they replaced the, I guess the plunger for the foot pedal, even though I told them that it didn't matter if I used the hand valve or the foot pedal. They replaced the obvious things. I guess they looked at the foot pedal and gone, yeah, that's super loose, let's replace that, see if that fixes it. Did not fix it, and then they had to replace a back pressure valve, which they did not have in stock, so they had to order that. So I didn't get the truck back until Thursday noonish or so. Okay, that radio is loud. Had a stormy day like this for a while. Scale's closed, sweet. I drove through earlier, it was open, so hammer down. That's an extra 10 minutes that saves me, because you got a detour to get to the scale. I'm headed westbound, but the scale is east, so when that sign says open, we have to detour east, go through the scale, do a U-turn, and then come back this way. A lot of people don't, but every now and then CVSE sits over here at the bottom of the ramp just waiting for trucks that zoom by the scale open sign. Alright, the next bridge you see is the Columbia River. Now it looks like it's raining pretty hard down that way, or at least wants to. Yeah, roads are wet here. Super windy while we were strapping the load down. Branches all over the ground, just flying everywhere, but the wind died down. Beautiful Columbia River. We'll see if we run into that storm as we climb up. Oops, still signaling. Sometimes you forget that you're signaling. So this week I only delivered the one load to Richmond and then picked up the 4 different loads from different places and delivered that to Nelson and then loaded again. So I've delivered 2 loads this week. That's it. Not a big money maker this week. That's okay. Maybe some of you guys are gonna hit that subscribe plus button. I seen a couple of you new members down there. Anyone in dark blue in the credits at the end is a new member, less than a month. So thank you to all the new members jumping in. A couple of raindrops here. We are pretty darn heavy again. Pretty darn heavy. It's starting to cool off though, that's good. 35 degrees Celsius early, now it's 25. Making a big difference. Climb, baby, climb. It's a really steep climb over here, 8% grade. Gets a little less steep. Ooh, lightning. I saw that. Lightning. Everything's a tinderbox, so I think every lightning strike will also start up a fire. How big of a fire? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully get lots of rain to douse those fires. They resurfaced this little section here. Section that when winter comes all the way down into Castlegar, we spin out quite often over here. So as soon as you hear a Super Bee spinning out over here, you chain up on the bottom. Pull into the scale, chain up, and then start climbing. So always listening to the radio. Excuse me. 23 degrees Celsius, dropping really quickly. More lightning. After the exciting last couple of weeks, it's been over a month of us really running Highway 3. This week, that's all I've done is run Highway 3. That's not true. Hang on, I forgot. On Monday, we delivered that load for the other driver. Just like half an hour down the road. We did that. And then down on the Coquihalla. And this is a long weekend, April long weekend. We just call it April long. There's no actual name of a holiday attached to it. It's just a stat holiday for the sake of having a stat holiday. It's going to be a long weekend, so I'm going to deliver this Tuesday morning, so Monday afternoon we'll head out with this load. I had a fire here, I think 2 years ago. On the right hand side. Stayed pretty small, so that was good. But when it's stormy like this, you gotta watch for falling trees in previously burnt areas. You never know when they're gonna end up on the highway. My forward flashers on. Be a good idea. There's no cars, but it's probably a good idea. So the boss gave me two options. He goes, "Do you want to load at Kolesnikov and head for Modern, or load at Porcupine, deliver that to Armstrong?" I'm like, no brainer. I'll take Kolesnikov to Modern. It gets me home earlier because Kolesnikov loads late. Plus it makes more money than the other load. So this load makes more money and I get home earlier. So it's a double win. It's got to be this one. And I don't have to tarp this one, I have to tarp the other one. So I guess with the tarping, maybe the pay is probably close to the same. But I don't have to tarp this. Raindrops. I'm not sure how those cameras outside are going to do with the rain, but we got what we got. 8% grade here again. Doing 23 kilometers an hour. Speed limit's 100. So many RVs today. just RV after RV after RV, but it's getting late enough that there should be less. RVs usually just travel during daylight. They want to be at their campground by 5 p.m. and got the barbecue out. Lightning. Let's get through this before forest fires close the road down. This much lightning in a dry forest. It's a little scary. Up that way, raining a bit harder. I see the wipers all going pretty quick. More lightning. Hopefully we get hard enough rain that it clears the lenses outside. This light drizzle is always terrible for shooting video. Even with Rain-X on the lenses and stuff like it, just doesn't want to beat off because you have to remember these lenses are very small, so a grain of sand would take up a big chunk of the screen. A grain of sand, like, so the water drops on the lens are these tiny little droplets that don't want to beat off. They're tiny little droplets. As soon as you get the bigger drops, they bead right off. Like when you guys see bug splats, most of the time those bug splats are like fruit flies, smaller than fruit flies, and they take up half the screen, and it's just these tiny little fruit flies, that size bugs. There we go. It's raining hard here. You can see it drifting hard. Oh yeah. There we go. Maybe with this you'll see some regular raindrops on the screen, and that takes up like half the screen. Those are regular raindrops. And then it's light drizzle again. Give me more of the hard rain. Hard rain, please. It's a lot more fun. steep grade section here. It slowly gets less and less steep until close to the summit. Slowly start gaining some speed as we climb up pulse in here in the thunderstorm. I suspect the lenses, the cameras outside and inside, I think the cameras are going to give us very different lighting looking through the windscreen and the ones outside, which is a little bit jarring when I switch from camera to camera, but is what it is. I've got something for you guys to announce at the end of this video. I should have probably said that at the beginning. Got something to announce at the end of the video. Hopefully I don't forget. I already told the members. For now we're going to enjoy the rain. Pass me now? Okay. I guess so. We're doing 50 kilometers an hour. Hey, I get a free truck wash. It's high time for a free truck wash. Turn the wipers off. Better turn them back on. A lot of water on the roadway. A lot of water. Hydroplaning will be very easy on this. Us here in British Columbia, this is a torrential downpour, like storm of the century type of deal. So we don't usually get storms in the lower mainland, not the lower mainland, the southern interior. Southern interior, the Kootenays don't usually get a lot of rain. Sure glad I got that other load off with the bags of concrete. Those bags would be hooped in this. Absolutely hooped. I would have had to pull over and tarp like right away. And when I broke down, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to keep an eye on the weather, because when I loaded it, I'm like, yep, weather's all sunny skies, don't have to tarp the load. And then I broke down, and the next day I'm calling and seeing how the truck's doing. It's not ready yet. Pretty aggressive lightning there. Ooh, that's close too, because I heard the thunder almost right after. Like 1 mile away. I kept looking at the weather, and then when I was delivering the load, I'm like, the weather's starting to look like it's gonna get rainy. So I got that load off just in time. One day more broken down would have meant tarping the whole load. I'm not sure if that's a car or a motorcycle behind us. It looks like it's only got one headlight, so it might be a motorcycle. hope he's got his rain gear if that is a motorcycle. Kilometers an hour. Yeah, motorcycles passing us. Got a jacket on. It doesn't look like a rain jacket, but sometimes that's deceiving. Calming right down again. Lightning's still there. 17 degrees Celsius. We've dropped from 35 to 17. What, in 2 hours? Kilometers an hour. Roads look dry here. Darn near dry. Sure feels darker out here than it did a few minutes ago, doesn't it? Keep seeing flashes of lightning. All right, come on, pick up. Come on by. Come on, don't wait till the end. Do it now. Goomba, you're gonna wait till the end, aren't you? Wakey, wakey. It's pulling over on the shoulder. Darn near pulling into the ditch. Okay. The other car goes, I'm not having any of that. Zooming by. It feels so dark out here. Peak fire season, peak fire risk. As it starts cooling off going into fall, a light drizzle here again. As it cools off, even if we have fires, the firefighters can get on top of the fires quicker because it's not so hot. You're not so exhausted fighting it. to 60, 65 kilometers an hour. Oh, this is the guy that pulled over. He's now coming by us. Come on, the rest of you can come too. One at a time, not everybody at the same time. One at a time, come on by. It's a corner, but it's a slow sweeping corner, so you got lots of viewpoint. There you go. Good job. You're a big boy now. You too. Good job. Good job. Good boy. Sorry. Forgot I was shooting a YouTube video. Look who's a good boy. Good boy. I just want other people to drive like normal people. Just be professional. Pass me. Please don't be stuck back there. I don't want you guys behind me. I don't want to be in the way. I'm running on the white line to make it so you can see easy to look around me. I'm so used to running wide load, so running on the white line is normal to me. So when there's opportunity to pass, I'll be running right on the white line. Have as much visibility for you guys to pass as possible. Or over the white line. No, on the white, right next to the line. So maintain my lane. Gotta stay in my lane. Run next to the white line, let people easily look around you, and then go. When there's a safe passing zone, at the beginning of the safe passing zone, just go. And then if all of a sudden there's oncoming traffic, slam on your brakes and come cut behind me again. And if somebody's passing, don't pass. Wait for the other person to finish passing, just in case they have to slam in their brakes. Or else you're in trouble. It drives me nuts when two people pass at the same time. It's like, dude, you are locking yourself into some serious hurt if anything goes wrong. One at a time. One at a time. All right, go ahead, car. Safe to pass here. Yep, there you go. Good job. And imagine if a second person was right on their bumper passing at the same time, and all of a sudden there's oncoming traffic. Like here, these two are passing at the same time. What if there's oncoming traffic and that white minivan had to slam on the brakes? That Subaru would be screwed. Absolutely screwed. Basically, the Subaru would rear end the minivan, and everybody would come to a crashing stop, and then the oncoming vehicle would smash into those two cars. Subaru, you're a jackwagon. Fail. Absolute fail on the Subaru. Drizzle again. Give me the hard rain. Come on, buddy. Give me the hard rain. Am I calling the weather my buddy now? Sure. Why not? going into deep thoughts. They make me tear up, and it's okay. It's okay. Think in the rain how beautiful it is, and then it's okay to be sad sometimes, right? We'll talk about it at the end of the video. But yeah, yesterday I did a live stream on the 3J since the truck was broken down. And today this, yeah. My thoughts are kind of singular at one, focused on one thing. Ruts are just full of water. Some of those deeper sections anyway. Raindrops I think are big enough right now to at least slowly beat off the cameras. Good job. Passing me in a safe zone here. Well done. I'm doing 70 kilometers an hour now. Most people, you know what? We're always complaining about the bad traffic and how many jack wagons are on the road. Most people are pretty good. It's just, you don't remember most people. You only remember the idiots, right? And unless I'm focused on looking for jack wagons, I don't even notice those anymore, unless they're exceptionally bad. Sometimes you're like, sometimes in the comments, it's like, I can't believe you didn't call out that jack wagon of a car on the road. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just normal to me now, because it happens to me once every hour, if not more often, depending on how high traffic zone we're in. Go, four-way flashers off. Got a little bit of a zone here where we can go full speed limit. Oh boy, car, you just cut in front of me. Hope you know where your throttle is. I don't mind people cutting in front of me like that as long as you find the throttle very quick. And on a wet, slippery road, that might be a challenge. I think the car's done all right for themselves. Boy, more motorcycles. Well, you can't blame the motorcyclists. It was 35 degrees Celsius outside. It was hot. It was the perfect weather to go for a ride. And then it changed very quickly. The sky just lit up there. Not very often we get rain videos. Well, it is dry out here, so it's not surprising we don't get rain videos very often, but every now and then these rainy videos. So I guess only 3 days of work this week. 3 days of work. Good thing I'm only doing 3 videos a week these days. Nobody's complained about that. So you guys all seem okay with that? Doing 3 videos a week. I think the content is better, right? What do you guys think? Because now that I'm doing 3 videos a week, this week obviously I didn't have a choice. When I'm doing 3 videos a week, I go, you know what? Monday is such a boring day. I'm not even going to bother shooting a video. Tuesday we have quite a cool looking load. Tuesday looks like a fun route. Let's shoot that video. Be on a really interesting road or a really interesting load or a wide load or something interesting where there's a story to it. And then I can spread those 3 videos over 5 or 6 days. I think it makes the videos a lot more interesting. I wanted to do what Trucker Josh does with the daily vlogs. And I found I got a bit bored watching Trucker Josh daily. I can't watch a video every day of his. So I kind of pick and choose which ones of his I want to watch. And now that I've moved to 3 videos a week, I take literally twice as long to edit the videos, so I'm still spending hours editing video. I think I'm putting more effort into getting the right camera angle at the right time. Sometimes there's not the right camera, that perfect camera angle for because bugs and raindrops and stuff like that, but I think I spend more time trying to get it right. I've really been looking at getting a 360 camera. My concern is my laptop won't be able to handle the software to edit a 360 camera into these videos. And my brother bought an Insta360 camera for a long time, 2 years ago, and I hated the software. It's like, nope, just can't do it. DJI just barely came out with a brand new 360 camera, so maybe I'll look into what the software is like, and if the software is half decent, I might get one. Might add a 5th camera. It would mean a lot more editing, so I would probably not use it on every video, because I would have to edit the whole video twice. Once, I have to edit the video once just to get the 360 camera facing the angles that the best shot, the coolest angles. And then I'd have to do the regular chopping up with the back and forth on all the cameras. So it would be a lot more work editing, but I've been thinking about it. If the software for DJI seems really good, I want to find some examples of somebody editing on DJI software. I want to see someone doing it not necessarily live, but you know, if it seems like it's pretty easy to use, and if my laptop will be able to handle it, I'll probably go for it. If my laptop can't handle it, I guess that's a good excuse to buy a new laptop. I love the laptop we have. Thank you guys, especially all of you members that made that possible, buying that laptop. Thank you so much. The laptop has been so nice. I was going through cheaper laptops way faster. One new laptop a year, because in the big rig, everything vibrates itself to death. So the laptops would literally just vibrate themselves apart, and to repair them was more expensive than to buy a new laptop. It was like $2,000 to repair, because everything was rattling apart inside the laptop. Now that I own Framework, I know Framework isn't right for everybody, but it is so very, very right for anywhere where you have high vibrations, rough, tough on a laptop. I've dropped that thing so many times and vibrated it to a non-working state so many times. I literally take the screwdriver that the laptop came with, take the laptop apart, the battery is screwed in, the keyboard is screwed in, the speakers are screwed in, the CPU, everything is screwed in with that one size screwdriver. Take it all apart, snap everything back together, make sure everything is snug that vibrated itself together, make sure the RAM is seated again, the hard drives are screwed in nice and solid again, put it all back together, fire it up, and it works like brand new. There's nothing glued together inside that laptop. It's so easy to do your own repairs on it and upgrades on it. I bought new speakers for it when they came out with louder speakers. I bought the newer louder speakers, put in the louder speakers. The keyboard buttons failed on me, and so I just ordered a new keyboard. It was still under warranty, but I wasn't willing to deal with the warranty being on the road all the time. I'm like, I just don't have the time to deal with the warranty. It's cheap enough just to buy a new keyboard. I'm just gonna buy a new keyboard and slap in a new keyboard, screw it all together, and it just works perfectly again. The thumbprint reader, the fingerprint reader, failed, so I replaced that. Just easy, take apart and replace it. Put in bigger hard drive. None of this iOS stuff. You're stuck with the hard drive size that you're stuck with. Put in more RAM. In fact, I could buy a new CPU and replace the CPU in my laptop and be a faster computer. So maybe that's even the option. Maybe I don't buy a new laptop. Maybe I just buy a newer CPU, because the laptop is what, 2 years old now? 3 years old? 2 or 3 years old. And they've got new faster CPUs that you can throw into this laptop. So I could just buy a new CPU, which would be $800, $900, but cheaper than buying a new laptop. I thought of buying the bigger one. This is the 13-inch. I thought of buying the 16-inch with the number pad, because I missed the number pad. Only problem with the 16-inch is 13-inch is like the perfect size for editing video on the back little table that I have in the sleeper. The 13-inch is perfect for that job. Having another 3 inches might be a little bit too big for the room I have. To the hard climb. Four-way flashers. Almost to the top here. Almost to the top. Once we get to the summit here, we got a little dip, and then we have to climb a little more again. Not quite as high as the summit. CRV. Bounder. The kangaroo bouncing around on top of it. Bounder, older RV. Dip every single winter. Some car drives off of the road here because you come over the top and you're speeding up. Big rigs, you end up with big rigs down in the trees down there, and you just come around the corner a little too fast and you're gone. Two corners are super unnerving in the winter. Got to take your time through those. Like the sun wants to shine through over there. Wants to. Don't think successfully, but so I might be getting through this cell. Might clear up just as the sun is setting. Kind of pretty having the sun reflecting on the road, a little bit of an orangish feel to it. Okay, after this corner I've got to go do a brake check before we head downhill. I wish they pulled the brake check up top here, like right on this corner. I guess you don't really want a brake check on the corner, do you? It'd be nice if I had a brake check before we started going downhill. I'll be right back. All right. Nobody else coming? Let's go. Grab as many gear. No. Don't grab as many gears as we can. Flashers on, and that's as many gears as we're gonna grab. That's it. We're in 12th gear, or otherwise known as 5th over. And we're just going to hang out in that gear for quite some time. I think. We'll see if I pick the right gear or not. Still some lightning flashes here and there. Fan turned off, I click it on immediately. So we'll leave the fan on. 5th over might be too tall of a gear. Let's go to 5th direct. I'm going to drag the brakes here. Too tall of a gear. I'd rather ride my brakes here right away. So 11th gear or 5th direct. Because I'm just like, that load's too heavy. It's pushing me down a little faster than I expected. So I don't want to drag my brakes all the way down. Kilometers an hour. It's only 14 degrees Celsius now. Oh, I'm glad I grabbed that extra gear. There's an 8% grade over here where it's steeper. I think it's closer to 9% grade. It feels like 9%. At least little section here. Bit of a new rock slide there. Just a little section here that's pretty darn steep. GPS says 9% downgrade here. And after this next corner, it goes back down to 8 and 7%. This heavy just wants to yank you down the mountain. Every time somebody asks me the question is, why do trucks go so slow downhill? I'm like, okay, take a tricycle and tie a blue little or a red wagon to the back of it and see how slow you can go downhill. Now take that red wagon and put 5 cinder blocks inside the red wagon and try to go down the hill. Catching up with me pretty darn quick. We'll see if they are unsafe passers over here or if they're going to wait till the passing zone. Okay, we can drop shift again now. Steepest section is done. Gotta cross the big blue bridge. Windows are fogging up all of a sudden. All behind me. If there's a semi in there, I'm going to pull over. There's the Paulson Bridge. Maybe a bus? Can't quite tell. I'm going to pull over and let everybody by. There's a passing lane coming up, but it's raining, and we'll just let everybody by over here. No bus. Just a tent trailer. It's hard to tell. There's another couple coming around the corner. We'll just let everybody go. Well, maybe I'll regret letting these guys go. They seem slow. Go again. That looks like my batteries are starting to flash red. Means we got a few minutes left before the batteries drop off. See if we can make it down to at least part way down. At least make it down the steepest section here. Here's the big descent. Here's a passing zone where you can pass as long as there's no oncoming vehicles. A lot of people always pass me here, but with the rain, I'd rather just let them all pass up top, right? Either way, I'm going to get home tonight. Okay, so now I'm slowly gaining speed. If I wasn't controlling this, I'd be a runaway. You have to plan very carefully what gear you're going to be in at the top. You can come down the whole hill slowly, or you can plan it out to hit 100 kilometers per hour at the bottom of this hill. But if you're going to plan it out to be 100 kilometers per the bottom of the hill, you got to be right on this. You can't be wrong on this. You don't want to drag your brakes over here and burn them out and be an actual runaway. I know we all do it. At least everybody that's done it more than a couple of months coming down this hill will hit 100 kilometers an hour. Forgot my four-way flashers. Don't need those anymore. There we go. We're almost there. And 100. And then it starts flattening out. It's important to remember we're not done with slow though. We're not done with slow because we got a 60 kilometer corner coming, and then a 70 kilometer corner coming, and then an 80 kilometer corner before we can actually hammer down. And then after that there's another 70 kilometer corner with a steep descent. At the bottom of the steep descent, the 70 kilometer corner as well. And then you come into Christina Lake. The speed limit in there is 60. And then you got a short little hard climb. And once you're at the top of that little short hard climb, then you can just boogie at 100 all the way to Grand Forks. Just kind of chill and relax a little bit. It's not as much work there. Because in a car, you're not working when you're driving. You're not working hard doing these. In a big rig, you are constantly working to keep your truck in control. It requires focus. It requires your attention. Right here, I'm going to start grabbing gears because there's a 60 kilometer corner coming. Oh, cameras are starting to fall off and dying. Okay, our announcement. It's not a great announcement, but it's not a sad, I mean, it is a sad announcement, but it's okay. I don't know if those of you that normally watch have noticed Coyote Dreams has stopped commenting in the comments the last month. He's been in the hospital for the last month with pneumonia, and his lungs did not recover. So yesterday morning he passed away. So we're never going to see Coyote Dreams in the comment section anymore. He's still paying for memberships. I talked to his best friend, and she's going to look into making sure his credit card stopped paying payments everywhere, and so his name will all of a sudden drop off of the membership list at the end over here. He lives in Penticton. We talked to him, met him face to face, just chatted with him a lot, chatted with him support for her with her dealing with her brother and her brother fighting cancer. So Jess is going to miss him dearly. He was kind of like our grandfather figure. So Coyote Dreams, July 30th, passed away in the morning. So I know that's 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago for you guys, but Coyote Dreams, may you rest in peace and dream forever. He wrote a song and he used AI to get it sung. So I'm gonna play that AI song that Coyote Dreams wrote about himself right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am out of here. Here's one last honk for Coyote Dreams. Especially you, Coyote Dreams. You're the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Coyote Dreams, you absolutely rock.
Moonlight casts shadows on desert sand. Coyote wanders through this silent land. Dreams of mountains beyond his sight, chasing whispers through the night. Stars are diamonds in the sky so wide. Horizon beckons, he won't be denied. Paws on earth, head in the clouds. Silent howl among the shrouds. Dreaming coyote, always on the run, seeking dawn before the rising sun. Endless journey under silver glow, restless spirit where the night winds blow. Echoes of legends, fables untold, stories of heroes, brave and bold. Coyote's heart yearning to be free, visions of what will never be. Night creeps onward, shadows grow long. In the stillness he finds his song. Melodies rising like a distant stream, carried away by Coyote's dream. Hunger gnaws, empty belly cries, underneath the sea of starry sky. But dreams sustain him, keep him warm. In the chaos he'll find his form. Echoes of legends, fables untold, stories of heroes, brave and bold. Coyote's heart yearning to be free, visions of what will never be. Night creeps onward, shadows grow long. In the stillness he finds his song. Melodies rising like a distant stream, carried away by Coyote's dream. Hunger gnaws, empty belly cries, underneath a sea of starry skies. But dreams sustain him, keep him warm. In the chaos he'll find his form.